So that's the Shakespeare Stout clone. That's it. That's it. That's still it. Still the same one. Yeah, quite a bit there. So anyway, still me. It's a drinker. It's just a really good drink of beer. All right, guys. Tuesday night. Tomorrow's Homebrew Wednesday. Wednesday. Ow! Wednesday. Wednesday. All right, guys. Let's go sit down. Talk about that. All right. What do I do with my hands? First of all, see, I've got the double over here fermenting, finishing up. Check the gravity on the other thing. It was down to 1020 from about 1076 down to 1020. So I turned the heat up to 70 from 63 just to do a diacetyl rest. So I wanted to dry out a little bit more, so I went ahead and I bumped up the temperature to 73. So it was bubbling a little bit. So maybe if I can knock a few points off it, Beersmith thinks it's going to finish about 1014-ish. So that'll be fine. It doesn't taste like it's too sweet. So I did dry hop it. I put 3 ounces dry hops. I got an ounce of Amarillo, an ounce of Citra, and I had an ounce of Comet sitting in the freezer. So I went ahead and threw that in there. So it's got 3 ounces of dry hops. So what I'm going to do, probably going to let this go till tomorrow, till Wednesday. I'll take a gravity reading tomorrow night, and if it hasn't changed or whatever, I'm going to go ahead and cold crash it. I'm going to go ahead and drop it. So, and I've got the anti-siphon back little kit from NorCal, which is just 2 mason jars. You can take a little piece of hose and connect the 2. You put the liquid. Well, first of all, you put the liquid in one. As it ferments, it pushes it out into the other one. And as you cold crash, it sucks it from one to the other, but it doesn't suck it back up into the fermenter. So I'm going to put that on there, and I'm going to drop the temperature on it. So I'll cold crash that for probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 days maybe. See, Monday's a holiday, so I'm not going to be at work. I'm going to be here, but I'm not going to brew. I'm going to work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I think I'm going to try to take Friday off, and then I may try to go ahead and throw down the water that I was going to do. I may do that. I don't know. I got a 3-day weekend coming up, then a 3-day work week, then another 3-day weekend. So I may try to do that. So yeah, I got that done. Yeah, I was talking last week about needing to get a little bit of a sprayer done, and this is just some leftover hose that I got. So I got a couple fittings. I need to get some hose clamps on here. I got that. So I got a reducer from the 3/4 garden hose down to half NPT. So then I've got cam lock on that. There we go. So then I just got, I don't know how many feet are here, but anyway, and then I got the faucet in. Let me turn around. Get that. So then I've got this dude. Now this guy is a 3/4 garden hose, half NPT. So this actually came on my wort chiller, and I took it off because I wanted to convert everything over to cam locks. So I've got this laying around. So I went ahead and just happened that my faucet on my sink is garden hose. Now the one I've got in garage that was original with the house is not garden hose. So go figure, right? But anyway, yeah. So now I can hook this dude up to the faucet, the sink, and have hot water out of the sink. And if I want just cold water, I can also hook it up to the cold water. It doesn't really matter. So, but anyway, now I've got that capability, which I did not have before, and I need the pressure and the length of the hose. So anyway, now that's all taken care of. So one thing I did last Saturday, I built a new range hood, and I've got a little bit of video of it. So it's 4 foot wide, It's 3 foot deep, and basically, I don't know if you can see the floor joist that's right above my finger, right there. It's going to start there and go that way, right? So it'll cover the whole entire brew stand, and it'll come out to cover the whole entire brew stand. So only thing I've got to do now, I've got to get a 6-inch hole put in the aluminum. I made it all out of sheet aluminum and 2x2 treated furring strips. Basically the wood you'd use to make your rails and stuff on your outside decks, right? That's what I used for my frame. So then I used 063 thick aluminum sheet to skin it. The skin's on the inside, so then the frame's on the outside. Everything's sandwiched together, screwed. Then I caulked the corners. Then I've got some J-channel, some siding, you know, like you have on your house, vinyl siding like you have on your house. I use a J-channel as the condensation drip rail. I've got to secure that in there. I'm still trying to decide if I want to go ahead and put a pitch on it so it all runs back to a corner, which would be back on this side of it, back like where the window is, right about in there, so that it would drain into the sink. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Because that thing I've got up there now, it works fine for a single batch. But if I ever got to the point where I was doing it back to back, and I had a mash going at the same time I was boiling, then I would have a condensation issue. So that's the reasoning behind building the hood. So in the placement of the fan, on the new hood, I'm going to place the fan roughly over top of the boil kettle. So that's why I'm kind of thinking I may not need a drip rail pitched to drain, because if the fan's right on top of the boil, it's going to pull in and exhaust. So it's thought behind that. It's just not going to have a whole lot of time to condensate, because there's not really going to be any liquid left inside of it, and what does is going to be super minimal. So anyway, all right. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for me. Keep this one short. I think last week's was like 17 minutes. So yeah, I've got a little bit of video. I may throw in some pictures, but you guys can see just from the little short video that I've got. But anyway, all right, guys, that's it. And cheers. Peace. So what you're looking at is a condensation hood that I just built, just got finished. It's about 90% done. It's basically just that's a 3 foot by 1 foot frame inside of a 4 foot by 1 foot frame. So as you see down inside of it, it's all the aluminum. It's 063 thick aluminum. It's all attached to the inside. So, and I left the top right now, what I would call the top loose, so I can slide in J-channel, which is like your vinyl siding. So I cut the corners here, so it kind of fits over. So I've got to get some silicone. I've got silicone. I've got to caulk all the joints, but that's all. After I need to figure out my elevation, so I can put a slight pitch on this, so if there is condensation, then it'll all run down into a corner. But I need to caulk all these corners, and yeah, kind of looks like shit, but I think it'll be okay once I caulk the corners. I pulled this level here. I really probably should have pulled it level on the bottom side, but I said to hell with it, and you know, it fucking 100% silicone will take care of it. But anyway, yeah, that's it.